you guys. So I don't even know how to start this video, but it's just completely mind-blowing. I am just so thankful and so blessed. I wanted to share this with y'all, so in case there's anyone out there going through something similar. So I'm just gonna give a little backstory so that way I can get to what I'm trying to say. I posted a video earlier on in the year about Jose and I having a miscarriage last October. And if you haven't seen it, I'll link it up here so you could, but that was a really hard time for us, and I went into detail in that video, so I'm not really going to go into too much detail right now about that. If you want to, hear more about it, then just check out that video. But that was really hard for us, and after I had posted that video, about a month later, Jose and I decided to try again for another baby. So this was in March of this year, March of 2019. So we tried again. April came around and nothing. May came around and I took a couple of tests before I was supposed to miss my period, and they were faint positive. So I was really hopeful, and I missed my period, so I was even more hopeful. And then I started bleeding, and I had a chemical pregnancy that month, and it's just a really early miscarriage, and I was so sad and I was so hurt, and I didn't want to continue to keep on trying. That hurt so bad, but we decided to keep on trying, and June came around and nothing. July came around and nothing. August came around, and when I started bleeding again, I was just really hurt. And then we just decided, okay, fine, let's try again. September came, nothing. October came, nothing. And it was then in the beginning of October that I realized that I'm not proud to say it, but I was really idolizing having a baby. And I was putting a lot of things on the back burner, and I realized that I needed to solidify my foundation in God better. I started to do just that, and Jose and I decided that we were going to try again. October was such a busy month for us that we didn't take much time to try, and so toward the end of the month, where as the days are going on in the month, we're like, oh, whatever, it didn't happen this month because there wasn't that many days that we were actively trying. And to be honest, we weren't really focusing on having a baby. We weren't focused on symptoms. We weren't focused on anything. We just we kind of went full throttle in the jewelry business. There's some projects that he's been working on. He kind of went, headstrong on that. We were just solidifying our time with God more, creating that solid foundation. It was just a really busy month, and I remember a Sunday night, I was talking to Jose, and I was like, man, I just want to know that what we're doing is right. I just want God to affirm to us that what we're doing is right. And that Tuesday, someone sent me a message, and I have it on my phone right here, so that's why I'm looking down. But someone sent me a message, and this person, I've met her a few times. She's a wonderful woman of God, of course, but we don't really have that like strong, relationship, friendship type thing. We are connected through Facebook, so we see each other through there, but as far as like personally knowing one another, that's not there. So when she sent me this message, I was like, wow. She told me to be faithful and I will be fruitful, and I was just like, wow, okay, God. But I wasn't thinking about pregnancy. I wasn't thinking about baby. I was honest, like I said, Jose and I were not thinking about that. And then a few days later, God used someone else where, again, I do have a closer relationship with this person, but not for long enough to where she knows me personally inside and out, you know. That relationship is growing, praise God, and I love her dearly, but it's not like she's known me for, you know, 6-7 years. And no, and God used her to tell me. And in the beginning of the message, she started it as, "Blessings, my dear, carrier of a miracle." And when I tell you that when I read that message, I was like, oh my God, like, what does this mean? And we went through service. Service was amazing, and we left. We went to go eat with some friends, and when we got home, I had one pregnancy test left, and from before, you know, from trying before. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try, because to be honest, I hadn't peed all day, so my pee was pretty concentrated. I don't know if that's TMI, but I was like, let me just take the test and let me just try. And I went to the bathroom, peed in the cup, dipped the stick, placed it down. I put something on top of it because I did not want to look. I didn't want to see. So I went on my phone for the next few minutes. And when time was up, I looked at it. I was like, I'm totally expecting this to say no, because it has for the last 8 months. And when I looked at it, I started crying. I started bawling because it said that I was pregnant. And I just started crying tears of joy. And I couldn't believe it. Not because of, you know, doubt or anything like that, but because it was finally happening. What I have waited for months to see, it's finally happened. And that's why I didn't film any of this, because I would have loved to film that initial reaction. But to be honest, I seriously thought that it was gonna say no. And so I run downstairs to Jose, and I start telling him, you know, everything, like the words that were spoken to me, how I was feeling about the extra test, and how I went and took it. And his eyes were just like, as I was talking, and I showed him, and we both just had that moment together of pure gratefulness, because this has been something that we have wanted for such a long time. And we see now that solidifying that foundation and really putting God first in everything, you know, showed us that nothing else is important. Nothing else is as important as God. And when you focus on Him and you forget about the little things, you forget about all your troubles and all your worries, there isn't anything that He can't do. And we know that this is a miracle, and we are just so thankful and so blessed. And today is actually, what's today's date? Today is Tuesday, November 5th, and I took the test Sunday, November 3rd. And today is the day I was supposed to get my period. It's later in the afternoon. It's only 4:12 right now, and I haven't gotten it. And I mean, you know, I'm not expecting to. And so I had like those little internet cheapy tests, and I took one this morning, and again, you guys can see the positive result. We're obviously gonna get another test in a couple of days just to test again before we call the doctor. But the fact that this test was taken a couple days before my missed period, and it's as strong as it is. I mean, these are strong lines, strong, solid, visible lines. And when I think about how I'm walking around, you know, playing with my kids, going to the grocery store, just living my everyday life, and there's a baby growing inside of me, I am just truly, truly thankful, and I praise God. I praise God for all of this. I praise God for this miracle. I praise God for using the people that he used to speak to me when I needed him to speak to me of my right now. And I'm just so excited for what's to come. And you would think that I would be scared or worried about this pregnancy, and a part of me is a little nervous. You know, that's only normal considering what I've been through. But as far as worry, no, my trust is completely in the Lord, and I'm just so excited. I am gonna record a clip of Jose, kind of his thoughts and his reaction. Talk about how you felt when I was telling you, like, when I was telling you, you know, leading up to showing you the pregnancy test, and then when you saw it, and like how you feel in general.
So I was sitting down on this couch, just minding my own business. My wife comes running down the stairs with such a smile on her face. Her eyes lit up, and she's like, babe, I was in the bathroom and I did a pregnancy test and I'm pregnant. And I was like, what? I was in shock. I had no words, you know. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt such a joy in my heart because it's such a blessing. Like, the trials that we had to go through for this, man, to see God move, it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful to see my wife smile and to, you know, and to hug her and to, you know what I'm saying, and be like, wow, look at God, you know what I'm saying. I was just in awe and shock. I was shocked, and I'm still shocked still, you know what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. We're having a baby, you know what I'm saying. But, you know, I was thanking God. I'm grateful, and, you know, it's a blessing to have a kid, you know. And when we went upstairs and we told, you know, I told my in-laws, she told her parents, and to see their face lit up, man, and to embrace them, and to know that they're gonna be loved by the grandparents, and to know that we have others too that are gonna support. It's the most beautiful thing to see my daughter cry, you know, was crying and because of joy, you know what I'm saying, and feeling, you know, what we felt, and she understood like what we had to go through, you know what I'm saying, in the process of this right here, you know. It's beautiful, it's a breakthrough, you know, and I'm still like, still speechless, you know. I have no other words but excitement and joy, and I can't wait, you know. I can't wait to see the little one, that little, a beautiful baby.